As you know, I can be impatient for change, particularly when it comes to delivering change that will have tangible benefit for people and local communities. Sometimes change takes a while, but after years of campaigning, delay, and procrastination, frankly, next week the British government will introduce legislation to pave the way for a bottle deposit return scheme to start in Northern Ireland in October 2027. Plastic bottles, like these ones, are a blight on local neighbourhoods and rural communities. They're one of the most littered items anywhere you go across the north. And if, like me, you've spent any amount of time on community cleanups, then you'll know that bags upon bags of these things end up being taken away for recycling. I've been campaigning for years, in fact, since before I was even elected here to City Hall, to get a deposit return scheme set up. Like many campaigners, I was deeply disappointed when the last British government delayed introducing the scheme several times, and when the last DUP Environment Minister failed to cooperate with the South when they were setting up their scheme. The concept isn't anything new or groundbreaking. My parents remember collecting glass bottles in the 1970s to swap for a couple of pence for sweets in the local shops. I know this is a shared experience for many kids of the 60s and early 70s. As it happens, the very first bottle deposit return scheme in recorded history was operated in Dublin in 1799 by A&R Thwaites and Company, who paid out 2 shillings for every dozen glass bottles returned. The South, as I said, has introduced a very successful scheme in the past year, and they're already starting to see a decrease in the amount of littered plastic bottles. You can find reverse vending machines for these in retailers like Tesco or Lidl, as well as independent shops. And across Europe, bottle deposit return schemes have been the norm for decades in countries like Germany. When I went into railing 10 years ago, we swapped bottles for small change that we could use in the laundromat. I'm still frustrated that it's going to take a long time to get the scheme up and running. October 2027 feels like a long time away. This could have happened quite some time ago had it not been for delay by DUP and Tory ministers, or the multiple collapses of Stormont. There's still a lot of work to do to make sure producers and retailers are prepared for the scheme, and I'll be keeping up the pressure to make sure it is delivered on schedule. So what do you think about this news? Are you glad to see more measures to reduce littering and increase recycling? And what more do you think should Belfast City Council and Stormont be doing to clean up our streets and our neighbourhoods? Let me know in the comments.